Welcome to day 10 of our 10 and 10 Blast here with Leader Seeds podcast. My name is Jordan and I'll be your host here. If this is the first time you're checking out these podcast episodes, I want to say thanks for pushing the play button. I want to welcome you to spend your next 10 minutes with us here because you'll get a chance to see in entirety what we're talking about. We're going to talk about one principle today, and that's what this 10 and 10 Blast was all about. So it's probably the best way, if you're brand new checking it out, to kind of see what we're all about here. Now, if you got a chance and you are one of our faithfuls that's been listening for the past year, probably even more than a year that we've been actually putting these episodes out, I want to say welcome back, family. Welcome back. Thank you for how you pour into the Leader Seeds community, and it's become such a healthy place, such a place that I look forward to being a part of, and I'm so grateful to lead it and to just be here, and I'm getting so much out of it, and I'm hearing so much that you're getting out of it, and it's just such a great community to be a part of. So I want to say thanks for coming back. Now today we're talking about, in the title that you've seen where it said finish strong, I'm going to share why that's a high impact and a healthy leadership principle. We're going to have some fun with today's episode, and we're going to start by putting a big old smile on your face as we have a music intro, a really short one that we do just like this. Even though that's a quick intro, I'm like bobbing my head. I'm like, I do a little dance. It kind of gets me going. I don't know if you've been listening to these, you might be doing the same. And we're in unison. We're listening in together, right? It's. I don't even think it's 10 seconds long, but it kind of just gets me pumped up, and I start to kind of get in the focus of what we're talking about today. So it's great. Isn't it awesome how music does that? Well, let's talk about finishing strong, guys, today. Where are you at? I want to ask you a question. Where are you at on it? If I asked you right now, if we was face to face, if we was having coffee at somewhere, and I asked you, and I looked across the table, and I'm like, hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like the best, 1 being the worst, where would you rate this in the importance of leadership, the principle of finishing strong? Where would you say? Do you think it's something that's very important, like a 10 level? Do you think it's something that's really not that important, like a 1? Maybe that's like horrible, right? Where would you think about that? I want you to start by thinking about that, right? Because here's my goal. I have a intention today. My intention is to increase that at least 4 to 5 notches up. So if you're already at a 10, then I want to take it even further, right? That's my goal. That's honestly my goal. My goal is that what you hear in today's episode will raise that bar wherever you see this principle in your life right now. Will raise that bar at least 4 to 5 notches up. Now, you let me know if I did that at the end. I'm going to give you a few different ways that you can share back with me, because I'd love to hear with you. You spend some time with these podcasts listening in to what we're sharing here, and I'm going to share it with you with the next season is coming up. But I'm also going to share with you later a way that I can hear from you, because I want to hear from you too. I love the dialogue that we can have in a healthy community. And we do that through Facebook and Instagram and social media, but I love to do that when we can, right here, directly on the podcast. So that being said, I'm up to bat, right? I'm up to bat, and my goal is to raise the importance of this principle for you that's listening today, right? To raise it up 4 to 5 different notches. And I'll start by sharing this. Discipline helps you finish a job. And finishing is what separates excellent work from average work. I'll say it again. Discipline helps you finish a job. And finishing is what separates excellent work from average work. So I want to ask you, what do you want to sign off on at the end of the day? Do you want to sign off on excellent work or average work? Because just like how you sign on a paper, if somebody gave you something and said, hey, if you was an artist and you did a painting and they said, okay, sign your autograph here and put your signature on the painting. You know, assignments that you take, when people see you take these assignments, when your family sees you working on something, when your boss sees you working on stuff, when your employees see you working on something, or your clients, when people see you working on something, they see how you sign off on it. Now let's pause really quickly and then think about, let's shift the paradigm, shift the perspective. When you see other people working on stuff, what do you see? Do you notice if they follow through? You notice if they finish? Of course you do, right? Especially if they're handing something off. You see how long they stay with it, how long they fulfill that initial fire that they had, right? They always say usually there's much more people, there's a much larger crowd at the start line than there is at the finish line. Much more people pumped and excited and motivated at the start line. And then when we get to the finish line, people are fighting for that finish line. So it's going to take a fight in you. It's going to take the fight. It really helps distinguish who has that fight in them, right? Not just an energy and emotional energy to start. Because we can fire people up, a lot more people up to start, but that fire to finish has to come from within. I'll say it another way. We can get external fire and motivation to start. Externally, people can get us really pumped up and excited to go ahead and start something, right? If we get the right people around us, we can start any mission. But there's something special about finishing that challenges us to find the fire within. Because the one that's pushing us at the end has to come from an internal drive. I'll say what I said earlier before. Remember, discipline helps you finish a job, and finishing is what separates excellent work from average work. Now, we want to build a better habit to sign off on excellent work, on how we hand things over, right? How we hand things over, right? We want to build a better habit of that. There was a fun story that was once told. I'll share it with you really quickly. And it just was about a carpenter that he was the best carpenter and he was building the most fabulous mansions. And it came to the time when he was about to retire and he kind of lost his passion and he started to skip, corners and skip steps in his work. And his work started to get a little sloppy and he started to just, not care as much. And then he was working on a house when the contractor came to him and said, okay, this is your last house you're working on. You're about to retire. And the carpenter said, yeah, I'll finish it all tomorrow. He said, give it all you got. And the carpenter looked and he's like, And the next day he showed up, he finished the job. And as he was walking off the job site, the contractor looked at him and said, here. And he handed him the keys to the house. And awkwardly, the carpenter kind of paused, realizing that the house that he built hundreds and thousands of perfect projects for other people, and the one that he's going to live in every day is the house that he cut corners on, is a house that was average in his work, is a house that he lost that internal fire for. You see, and he has to live in that for the rest of his life. So you are literally building the house that you live in. With every assignment that you have, you are literally building the house that you live in. So we want to get in the habit of finishing well. Here's another concept I'll share with you about finishing, why it's so powerful with high impact and healthy leadership. You see, in every assignment that we have, there's lessons that we learn. We might not find what we need in every assignment, but you'll always find what you need to grow. So every assignment may not give us what you need, what you're looking for, but it'll always give you what you need to grow. So when we're in that assignment, those that finish the assignment learn all the lessons for that assignment. But those that don't finish it have to retake the entire class. Right? That's just how life is. You have to retake the entire class because we missed the last two lessons in the chapter. So we want to get in the habit to finish things, because what happens is a lot of lessons circle around. The things you learn at the finish line will make you realize that the discipline you took at the start line was necessary. Right? In the beginning, we might be doing things and you're like, why am I doing this? Oh, but you don't see that until the finish line. And then you look back and you're like, oh, there's the complete circle. There's the complete lesson in it. So you want to get in the habit to finish. High impact and healthy leadership is the difference between people that are working and making a lot of noise, but at the end, they quit too soon and there's not the impact that it was needed for that assignment, right? There wasn't a high impact. I don't know if you've ever done that where you worked, on something and maybe in the beginning it was super excited and super pumped up and you was on the team and there was a big crowd going on. But what happened? What happened at the end? Something happened that fell off. You know, there's a saying that says people quit 3 feet from gold, and you don't want to be the leader that quits 3 feet from gold. So push through, finish strong, build that internal fire within, because that's what you're going to need to be a finisher. And here's the thing is, when you're a finisher, you're somebody that hands off things, and you'll find that there's more people that want to take things from you because things are done well. If you don't finish things, when you look around for help, you'll see that there's not that much people that want to take things from you because it's messy when you hand things off. Think about that. You actually get more support and more people that want to take projects from you because they know that you're a finisher. Like when you hand things off, it's packaged, it's ready, it's thought out, the lessons were learned. And I like taking things from this person, this leader. I like taking assignments. I like going in there and helping them because you're a finisher. So finish well, my friends. As you're listening here to this podcast, we have finished the 10 and 10 blast, and I want to thank you. I want to congratulate you. I want to celebrate you for being a finisher right here on the podcast. Now, a few ways I want to share with you that I'd love to hear from you. Now, I'm going to give you a website. If you can write this down or remember it, it's not too hard to remember. But at this website, it's really easy. It's really simple. If you go to this website, there's a big orange button. If you push on that button, you can record your voice and just share with me. I'd love to hear just one episode that stood out to you, your favorite. Just share that with me. I love to hear that. Where it helps us know what information is being received, what things you guys are looking for, and all of that stuff. So it really helps us here to continue to provide the best topics for our listeners and for our supporters here. Now, the next thing is I also like to invite you to go to that same website, click on that button, and if you have any questions, say nothing stood out, but you have a question, Leave one there. This doesn't go public. No one else hears it, just me. It'll go directly to me. I'll get a chance to hear directly from you. And I really believe that this is how we keep this digital platform a high impact and a healthy platform. That we have a dialogue that we have going on, not just a monologue, right? So I'm looking forward to hearing from your voices. Go ahead to this website. It's www.speakpipe.com/Jordan B.P. Mossman. I'm going to break that down for you. www.speakpipe.com/JORDANBPMOSSMAN. That's it. Go to that website for me. It's going to take no more than a minute, maybe 2 minutes at the most. Click on that orange button and share one episode that stood out to you, your favorite one. I'd love to hear from it. And also, if you have a question, you can do another one too. Just push on that button, maybe ask a question. It's even there if you have a suggestion for a topic. So use that. That's your way to kind of have a voice in here. Like I said, I won't share it without your permission, but I'd love to hear from you. That way we can keep this platform, this community, a high impact and a healthy community. With that being said, I want to tell you a little bit about the season that we're moving into. We're moving into a third season with the podcast, and I'm really, really excited about it. This is where we're finally going ahead and we're going to have a video format. So we'll be on YouTube. I'll give you that information later, but I just want to give you first and foremost, as you're listening to this, what's coming up. So there'll be a video format. We're going to have interviews that I've been already doing, and I have a lot more scheduled. So we're going to have some awesome interviews that we can learn from some high impact and healthy leaders. So look forward to that. Don't miss it out. Don't miss out on this, guys. You want to stay connected and you want to stay close. If you're on Clubhouse, connect with us there. We'll have more presence on Clubhouse and even on Instagram with the lives that's happening on Instagram. So there's a lot of ways to stay connected. I put usually a lot of the links in the description for these episodes. So check it out. Like I said, stay connected, stay close. The next season is going to take things to a whole new level. With that being said, let's wrap up this episode here. It's already 14 minutes in, but we had a little bit more to go. We want to finish strong. We want to finish well. Thank you for being a high impact and healthy leader for the people that you serve. Let's go ahead and close up for today.